We're live. Look at that. What's going on? Let me take a second before everyone files in here. Okay, so I'm not doing anything today. Kind of fucking around the house. But I decided that I'm going to make a batch of mead. And I figured it might be kind of fun to live it and show you guys some of the experiments that we're going to work on over at All Wise Meadery when we open. So, to kind of preface how we start, we're jumping into this boiling water real quick, dipping our whole naked body inside. No. We're boiling up some water, and then we're going to add our ingredients in. Honey is where we start, and these I actually want your guys' opinion on. These are the other things that we're playing around with today, which are, as you can see, squash blossoms. We got a lot of sunflower seeds. And our other thing is a bunch of lavender. So this is food grade lavender. So, depending on how we're feeling, we're going to make a mead based around those ingredients. Now, the sunflower seeds are a little bit weird. So I actually started making something like a tea, or just kind of a gross little water out of them. I shucked the sunflower seeds, and then I smashed them and put them in the water for a second. So, we're going to see how this tastes. See if it's actually delicious at all. I doubt it, but we're going to try and find out. Let's see if I can set this up real quick. Try and find out exactly what we want to make out of it. What's going on? Lois, right. What the fuck is going on? We're making some mead right now. Come join me, dude. And then at some point or another, I'm actually going to sign off of this live. And then I'm going to pop over to All Wise Meadery. So, hey, it's Crash. Hey, man, fuck you. But yeah, so we're going to play around with some stuff here. Just for a couple of minutes. And then shoot over to the business account, All Wise Meadery. And the link is in my description on my Instagram page. So you should pop on over there and give it a go. But in the meantime, let's decide on these ingredients. I don't know if there are any chefs or anybody who have used these before watching, but do you know what I could do to these squash blossoms? Should I boil them? Well, let's just give them a taste, I guess, immediately, right? All of this stuff, by the way, was bought from the Union Square Farmers Market. So you can see how just a little bit tastes. Oh, actually really good. Surprisingly sweet and delicious. So, actually, yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We're going to throw them in this boiling water, and then we'll turn that into our must. We'll see how that goes. Oh shit, there was a bug on there. I'm sorry, bug. You're done now. So, yeah, Ibcero Dominguez, I think that's your name, saw that you're making tacos with squash blossoms. Yeah, squash blossoms are fucking delicious, and a lot of people stuff them and make things out of them like that, which I find really good too. But for the sake of today, we're just gonna try and get this bug out. There you go, buddy. But we're gonna boil them up, so. And it's very important you guys know that whenever you cook something, you want to be safe, and you always want to have a partner by your side 24/7. Make sure that someone is looking out for your safety, of course. And Magnus is always looking out for my safety. It's not out of personal gain. It's not like he wants something to eat or anything. He really wants to make sure I'm going to be okay. So, let me put you guys up here. That won't work. So then the next thing that we're actually going to do probably after this is take these lavender, culinary English lavender blossoms, and we're going to essentially make a tea out of it before we turn it into a mead. And for those of you who don't know, generally mead takes, at the shortest amount of time, 2 weeks to brew if you have really fast yeast and a strong fermentation. But at All Wise, which is what the meadery that me and my business partners are opening, we usually brew for about 3 months minimum. We want to make sure that it's that kind of time frame. So these blossoms are definitely starting to look like spaghetti a little bit. Let's look at them again. Yeah, that looks a little weird. Okay, so we're going to set up here again. And if you guys have any questions about mead in general, just let me know. Again, I'm only going to be here on this live for like 10 more minutes, and then we're going to pop over to the All Wise Meadery account. So, our next step is to take our honey. This is 12 pounds of honey. It's from Tremblay apiaries, as you see. And it's goldenrod. And we're just going to make sure that that gets warm, because the warmer it is, obviously, the easier it is to work with. So I'm going to run it under some hot water. And for those of you who are interested, here is the actual, I'm typing this out. Here is the account that you guys can go to. And I'll type it again. You guys can go to that account, and in like 10 minutes I'll be there doing the rest of this over here. I just want to pop in and try it on this one first. So that's the name of it again. So Kitty, you asked what made me interested in mead. So a couple of different things. Primarily just wanting to get drunk in college without the use of an ID. So that was important to me. And also, so I've been a heathen for very many years of my life. And so through that, also I had an interest in mead and where that came from, and it's kind of tied in with the faith a little bit too. So I really had this interest in brewing as well. What's up, Brandon Rowland? And so I kind of just started messing around with mead, and actually Doug Brochu, who's one of my best friends and my business partner, is helping me make it. We started brewing together. Here, and I'll tag it again. So in a couple minutes, I'm going to bomb over to here, and you can access it from there. Okay, so our squash blossoms are looking a little saucy right now. And now we're going to try this. Look at it. This is sunflower seed water. I just want to see what it's like. We're going to find out. It's gross. We're not going to use the sunflower seeds. That shit sucks. It actually just tastes like salt and chalk. But the point is that it's always fun to go into the farmer's market and kind of taste out new ingredients. Like for sale today was this whole sunflower seed head, right? So when making mead in general, I like to stick to like a theme. And so for this, obviously, it's flowers and, just, I guess, blooming and a lot of flavors working in conjunction. Like I feel like lavender will work with squash blossom, which I thought maybe the seeds would even it out. But They're a little grody, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. Next time I'll also get them shucked, I think. Okay, so our honey is officially hot. Our squash blossoms seem to be done. So, we'll take these out. Oh, that is definitely warping that plastic real good. So I'm just going to throw these right in the sink. And the next parts we'll probably do on the All-Wise Meadery account. Okay. Fuking 1D Forever. Great name, by the way. Real solid. I usually go to the Union Square Farmers Market to get all my stuff. They have really fresh ingredients over there. And when we are shopping wholesale for stuff, we usually get it from there too. And I'm just trying to make a batch because I'm actually going to LA in September and October to do a little more filming. So I want to make sure that by the time that comes around, I have a batch made. Yeah, chocolate pockets. Lavender is going to be good, but the sunflower seeds is not good. That shit was not tasty. So we tried that, and we're over it. So now is the scary part. But as you can see, yo, Jack, what's going on, man? I'm making mead right now. And as you can see now, so after we added the squash blossoms, the actual, it's hard to see on here, but the actual color of the water is a little more golden. So it's a little, I think it's going to impart some of the flavors that we want in the mead. But let's add the honey now and fuck around with that. And this is the scariest part because this is a big slippery baby. And you can really, really fuck yourself up with a big slippery baby. So, you know, don't try this at home, kids. I don't know if you can see that, but that, again, is 12 pounds of goldenrod. Hunter Olin. What's up? We're making some mead. So, okay, our water is boiling, but I want to say that it's very important if you ever think about making mead to don't boil your honey. Because honey is naturally antibacterial. It has a lot of aroma that you lose when you boil your honey. So, make sure that you never do that. That's one of my grandpa tips for you guys. And so we're going to get every last bit of honey out of here. Now Doug's not here making this with us, but if he was, he would tell me that we have to shake the baby. And now the baby's done. So that's to get all the remaining honey out. And this, by the way, all of this experimentation is important for us at All-Wise and what we're going to be doing. Because pretty much weekly, we're going to try and make new, interesting, or weird experimental batches. And when we make the weird experimental batches, all of them could potentially be for sale at one point or another down the line, if they're good enough. But we're going to have a kind of membership program for people who are interested in maybe in the industry and they want to taste this kind of stuff, that they come on down and they try our experimental batches before they're released in kind of a private tasting party program, pretty much monthly. So that's going to be in the future, distant future that is to say. Okay, so we have put our honey in. We have boiled our squash blossoms. And now we have to take our lavender, and we're going to actually make a big tea out of that too. So the flavors really impart better once it's boiled down. Wookie asks, what's an interesting flavor you think you want to try? Like the wackiest? Well, I'll show you what other ingredients I bought today. So, this next batch that I make is going to be really fucking weird. And it's going to be... This is a lion's mane mushroom. So, I'm going to take this lion's mane mushroom and I'm going to puree it, and then I'm going to add garlic to it, and then make a mead out of it. It's going to sound kind of gross, because it's probably going to be really gross, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to give it a go. You just got to do what you like. Some batches aren't going to work out. Sometimes you'll end up with a shitty batch, but sometimes you really surprise yourself. Like I made one recently that was a tobacco mead, and you threw some tobacco in it, and after that it tasted delicious. Katie Arabuli asked, do you have any secret ingredients? And the secret ingredient is my secret sauce, which obviously I can't tell you about, but you can guess. The other thing we got to do too is start the yeast packing. So before I do that though, I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to link in the chat right now where I'm going to go finish this live stream, and I'm going to go do it over on All Wise Meadery account. So if you guys want to jump over there and see the rest of this go down, we're going to be making the rest of this batch of mead from now to finish. So there's the account. I just linked it. It might be showing up for you in a second, but I'll go through all the other steps again, and we'll talk about it all over again. But in the meantime, oh wait, how do I pin down my comment? Let's see. That's a good point. Either way, guys, my the All Wise Meadery account is in my Instagram description. So jump over there now, and you'll see a live feed going very soon, a couple minutes. Peace.